All right. What's going on, everyone? How's it going? Oh my lord. Oh, I'm excited to be here today. I am excited to be here today. We got a brand new hunt starting up for us. I'm just going to jump right into it. No beating around the bush. We're looking for a legendary god today to shine. We got Arceus, we got Giratina, we got Palkia, we got Dialga. 4-way shiny legendary race. Who is going to shine for us first? I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. I think it's Dialga. I don't know what it is. I think there's some kind of connection between me and Dialga. Dialga, Diamond was the first Gen 4 Pokemon game I played growing up. So I feel like Dialga is going to represent and come through for me. But if we're going to keep it honest, I want that Giratina. I love shiny Giratina. It is one of my favorite shinies of all time. Is there really anything other to do than just start throwing off encounters? Yeah, we're just going to go for it. We get all 4 at one time. Arceus lags behind a tiny little bit. The cutscene is a tiny bit longer than the others. We'll always get Giratina first, so we can always tell no shiny Giratina. And then Palkia and Dialga will show up at the same exact time. Look at that. Look at that. All 4 on the screen at once. That is just... I'm so excited to be here. This is going to be so much fun. And we're only counting resets, not total number of encounters. So we're only getting 1 per reset. You know, it's not going up by 4 every time. Normally that is how I do it when we're searching for like one thing at a time. You know, Tepig, Squirtle, all that. It's like one reset is like, you know, 4 encounters depending on how many Pokemon you have going on. Well, since we got 1 of each now, we're just doing total resets, and obviously whichever one shines first, like that's the total number of encounters we got to, and you know, all that good jazz. So I am excited to be here. I am ready for this to get going. I'm extra excited about this because I had a whole thumbnail generated the whole thumbnail drawn for this shiny hunt. I commissioned someone on Blue Sky to do this do a thumbnail for us for this hunt. Name's Ash. You can go check them out. Link is in the description to their Blue Sky account. The great artwork. I've already commissioned them to do another thumbnail for me for a video, actually. So that'll be pretty fun whenever I can get that video up and going and get that out. Have had that video idea rolling around in my head for a hot minute. I do have to remember I need to actually click the A button. Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia will just automatically go into the encounter by me just moving forward. I actually have to interact with Giratina if I want to get that one to move on ahead into the... I need to get into the groove of like resetting as soon as I know all 4 of them are not shiny. But I'm a tiny bit paranoid when it comes to that stuff because I don't want to get distracted and reset over a shiny, because that is 100% something I would do. I'm easily distracted, easily get sidetracked, and I could definitely see myself resetting over a shiny if I'm not totally completely careful. But like I said, we can see the other 3 pretty immediately, and then Arceus is easy to tell if it's shiny or not. You know, it would be yellow, so that one is pretty easy to it should be easy for me not to miss a shiny. Now Dialga and Palkia don't have the like world's most different shiny forms. Like, their shinies are nice, I enjoy them, but they're not the most different from the normal shinies. So thankfully we'll be seeing the shiny sparkles. You know, I'm not going to be resetting before the sparkles come out anyways, because we do have to wait on Arceus every single time. So Dialga and Palkia will have plenty of time to show if they're shiny or not before we go through with the reset. So yeah, we are here, and I'm so excited for this hunt. This is gonna be super fun. This is gonna be our every Friday hunt, at least for the time being. I am a wishy-washy person. I do change my mind fairly easily on things, so who knows? Maybe in a month I'm like, oh well, let's switch it up and we'll do 2 different hunts on Fridays. And I start planning out so many things in my head. I get so excited about doing so many different things that I tell myself to stick to a game plan, and then after like a month or 2 of that game plan, I'm like, actually, you know, it'd be kind of fun if we do this too, because I get impatient. I'm like, I have so many ideas for these shiny hunts that I want to do, but unfortunately I gotta actually succeed at one of them before I can truly move on to others. You know, I gotta get that dang Tepig eventually. So yeah, I just like recently I've been in a thumbnail making mood. I have made thumbnails for shiny hunts that I'm probably not going to get around to for a year plus. You know, the other, I think, yeah, last night I made a thumbnail for a Mewtwo shiny hunt. Well, you know, eventually we're going to have to soft reset to get a shiny Mewtwo for the Shiny Living Dex. And I went ahead and made the Mewtwo thumbnail because I was just excited about it, trying to come up. I was like, I've been in the zone making thumbnails, and like I made a new one for Tepig, and I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. Let me expand over to other thumbnails, and I started making them, and I was like, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this little process I got going on with making these new shiny hunting thumbnails. So yeah, I made one for Mewtwo. I've made one for Spiritomb. Spiritomb's one of those that like I could technically not do a full odds hunt. You know, I could get Spiritomb rather easily, but Spiritomb is such a cool shiny. I got a soft reset for that. Like, it is just too cool to not put in the work to get as a shiny. I did Rotom. I've done a Rotom thumbnail already. That is one I will have to fully reset hunt for. Although that is not, and I cannot start that hunt until these hunts are over, because these are the only copies of Generation 4 games that I have. Obviously, I need these games in order to get Rotom. So yeah, especially because Arceus, obviously I can leave at any time. Like, if we don't get shiny Arceus anytime soon, like I can leave and go do other stuff in the copy of Platinum I have up there. Dialga and Palkia, I am stuck here. Like, we have to we have to get a shiny Dialga Palkia in these save files before I can move on to do anything else, because you cannot leave once you get into this position to encounter Dialga and Palkia. Technically, I don't think you can leave the Distortion World with Giratina either, but with Giratina in Platinum, I'm pretty sure you can like knock it out or run away from it, and then it'll just appear in Wellspring Cave after the, you know, post game. So you can always get Giratina back if you don't get it here in the Distortion World, but I'm fairly certain Dialga and Palkia, at least in Diamond and Pearl, you can get Dialga and Palkia in Platinum. You know, you can, once you get their the orbs for them, you can come back up here to Spear Pillar and you can interact with the like rifts that are up here. And so it wouldn't be the end of the world if I just have to catch this Dialga and Palkia that, you know, say we get Giratina or Arceus first as a shiny. It's not the end of the world for me to just catch this Dialga and Palkia we got down here as non-shinies and then move on and do the shiny hunt for them later, because we can shiny hunt for Dialga and Palkia in my my Platinum copies I have up there. So I guess it wouldn't be, yeah, it's not too bad. I do need a Dialga and Palkia to complete the National Dex in Black 2 for the Shiny Charm anyways, so yeah, we'll just see. We probably got a minute to worry about all this stuff, because yeah, I'm not anticipating us to have a super crazy early shiny hunt. As much as I would love to just get a full odd shiny and like ridiculously low number of encounters, it's just not, I don't think my luck has it in me, but we do have just so many Pokemon to get as shiny, so it's certainly got to happen eventually, right? Where I get a full odd shiny and like a really low number of encounters. It's got to happen someday. So I can just only persevere and hope we get that kind of luck. Where did that train of thought even come from? I don't know. Where did that even come from for me? Where was I going with that? Getting a quick shiny. I don't know. I truly don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. All right. Well, I guess we are just here. We're just here. Me being crazy as usual. Just make sure we are up and running. Just confirm that everything is good and rolling. Make sure we are a-okay. I guess really for the Giratina up there, I don't have to start so far back with my walk, because like for Arceus, Dialga, Palkia, all I have to do is press forward once and it'll auto just take me up to their encounter and start the battle. With the Giratina, like I don't have to start so far back and keep holding the button. But it syncs up the encounters better, because if I was just standing right in front of Giratina and press the A button, then we would encounter Giratina already so much earlier than we do in the reset. So we'll just keep it as is. It's all good. It's really not that much for me to just press forward a little bit and start clicking. I gotta remember I need to keep clicking A though, because Arceus does have a slight text box you have to get through before the encounter starts. Arceus cries out Dogyun. I love the way they type out the cries of Pokemon in games like that, because it never actually really mimics what you think the Pokemon would sound like or what their cry even is. It's just always this really weird, like look at Palkia down there, Gagya, and yeah, and then Arceus is Dodo Gyun. Who knows what Giratina and Dialga are saying, but you know, they got something on the mind. I guess also if I wanted to sync up, okay, yeah, right there, I synced up those encounters really well. Goodness, what did I do to have all four of them pop up on the screen at the same time? I did something that made, I guess I don't need to start clicking A until a little bit into the encounter in themselves. Like, let's see here, if I just start pushing forward, let the cutscenes play out for the other few, let them move forward, and then I guess, okay, yeah, once the text for Arceus shows up, then that's when I can start pressing A, and then everything should seemingly, I guess Giratina's a little bit behind actually there. I do it like that, but it does make them all pop up on the screen a little bit more synced, so I guess I could do that. I think for my brain though, that makes it feel a little bit slow, because like I'm kind of waiting for everything to start moving with Arceus up there, because it does take a second. It's not a snappy encounter up there with Arceus. He does take a second. He's a little bit of a drama queen, putting on a bit of a show for us. And I think it feels a lot more natural and fluid for me to just move forward and press A, get everything moving. I think I don't mind Arceus lagging behind a little bit. It means getting stuff going. Okay, what was going on? Sometimes just randomly seemingly one, if not two of the DSs don't respond to the whatchamacallit wireless receiver giving them inputs. Getting something squared away real quick. Okay, let's get going. Every time I do a hunt that's not the Tepig hunt, I am reminded how slow the resets for the freaking Gen 5 starters are. Like, goodness, you have to go through so much freaking dialogue and cutscene and battle animation. It's just, it takes a whole heckin' just a long time to get to that dang pig. And then yeah, these other resets, even these ones that have like a bit of a cutscene to them with a bit of a drag, that aren't quite as snappy as just standing in front of clicking A. Like, these still are very quick. Oh man. You know, I've thought about doing this before, and I haven't actually sat down and committed to doing it, but I need to create like playlists that are themed around the hunts that I'm doing. So like for this one, I should get pretty much exclusively like Generation 4 related themes, you know, stuff that, you know, very Sinnoh related, legendaries, Cynthia, all that, you know, Legends Arceus. Like I should probably put together a stream playlist that kind of more just like all around matches the vibe of whatever hunt I'm doing. So, you know, not that it really matters, but like it'd just be kind of cool. Like to always have the themes going on in the background, is like, you know, Sinnoh when we're doing Sinnoh games, or like Unova when we're in the black and white games, or, you know, whatever it is, Kanto, Johto, Hoenn. Why did it take me a second to remember Hoenn? there's so many remixes and remakes and just themes out there that I could 100% put together a bunch of individualized playlists for each game, each kind of region. You know, I did that for the Halloween stream. I like went together and put as many spooky or like creepy or whatever Pokemon related themes I could find into a playlist. So I definitely should sit down and do that for the other streams, you know, come up with more thematic stylized playlists. But I'm lazy, and I think about doing that stuff, and then I'm like, I'll do it another time. I don't feel like it. But then also it's not really the most dire important thing in the world to get done. So if something is not like dramatically important and necessary to be done immediately, I have a hard time doing it. Like, it's just if I'm not feeling the pressure to get something done right now, then my brain will just keep saying, we can wait. It's fine. We can wait. It's all good. It's no big deal. We can just keep waiting. Just keep putting it off. It's whatever. So that is something I've been trying to fix and change and deal with for so long, and I cannot seem to break that cycle. Cannot seem to break it, unfortunately. No matter what I do, procrastinating is just built into me. My entire life, procrastinating has just been the way that has been the go-to whenever I needed to do anything. It's just like schoolwork, like studying, doing homework, whatever. Like in high school, we had a free period. I think they called it like power period or something between second and third period. And if I had anything going on so there was like 6 class periods for me in high school. If I had anything going on from third to sixth period, like a test or homework or this, that, the other, other than like an English paper, that was like the only thing I wasn't doing in power period. If I had like the class from third to sixth period, like if I could put off studying, doing homework, whatever, until that power period before the class, like I would do it. And then like if I had something going on in third period that I needed to do in power period, and then I still also had something to do in like sixth period, well then I would just find time in third, fourth, or fifth period to get the sixth period work. Like my procrastinating was so bad in high school. And kind of the same, like the only time I would really do homework or study the night before is if it was like first period. Like if it was something I had to do in the first class of the day, obviously I had to do it the night before going into school, because I had no other time to do it other than then unfortunately it did work out for me. It is definitely not the way to go. I would never encourage anyone to do that. It is a terrible way to formulate your studying habits and your habits of getting stuff done. But obviously when you're a kid, when you're in high school, you're not thinking about it. You're not like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm cheating myself for the future. I should be like really grinding, and I wouldn't say really grinding, like enjoy your childhood. You don't have to go crazy trying to be insane at school. Like do your best, do good in school, put forth good work, but like don't overwork yourself. It's hard to find a balance. Like finding a balance in any time of life, whether it's school or work, like it is so hard to find a balance. But definitely do not over procrastinate. Like give yourself some time, get some stuff done. Like if you got a project to work on and is due on like Monday, don't wait to do it Sunday night. Get it done maybe Friday or Saturday. Like maybe give yourself at least a few days. Shiny Celebi, what up? No, we have not gotten the shiny Tepig. Tepig does not like my presence, apparently. No, we have not gotten the pig. That is this is just our Friday hunt. This is what we're doing on Fridays from now on. Tepig is our Monday and Wednesday hunt for the foreseeable future until that little pig decides to shine. Yep, we're looking at Mondays and Wednesdays for Tepig. Do just a miscellaneous random shiny hunt on Tuesdays, and then we'll do this on Fridays. At least that's the plan for now. I was, saying a little bit earlier, that plan is always likely to change because I am wishy-washy, but for right now, that is the goal. That is what I got in mind. Then once we finally get the Tepig, probably something like Squirtle or maybe like a Mudkip hunt would be the one that takes over and turns into our main full-time hunt that we do on Monday and Wednesdays. You know what I realized just now that I did not intend or like purposely mean to do? In the games I have, in both the platinum copies, I chose to be, I chose the male character, and I chose to speed through the game with Infernapes. Well, in the Diamond and Pearl copies, I chose the female character, and I chose to go through the games with Empoleons. I did not do that on purpose. That was not planned. I don't know why my brain associated Lucas with Platinum and Dawn with Diamond and Pearl, and then just gave them Chimchar and Piplup respectively. That was I don't know. That was not premeditated. That just worked out that way. I was just thinking about that. Did I have the encounter for that last one? I think I did. I think we're at 40 now, or 41. So yeah, we are good. Okay. Gotta actually get going with Arceus. Also, I think I definitely need to reset the time on my new DSs that I just got in for this, because this the Dialga and Palkia down here should definitely be at nighttime. We are not. It is nighttime. Yeah, I got these DSs in with the capture cards. I didn't even think about going through and changing the time and dates or whatever, so I have no clue what that information is like on these DSs. So yeah. It should definitely be, unless well, do they have day and night cycles? Obviously, like, day and night is in the game, but like, does it actually appear in the overworld? Because my copy of Platinum up there in the top left, it very much looks like it's daytime in the overworld, but then you get into the battle and it looks like it's nighttime, or it looks like we're in a cave. I don't know. Doesn't really matter, but I don't, yeah. Maybe Spear Pillar always looks like that at the top. Always looks bright and like daytime-ish. Maybe because you're really high up in the air, like, yeah, I have no idea. Because yeah, it definitely looks like it's daytime in all three of my copies that are currently at Spear Pillar, so don't maybe it's just the DSs, or maybe there is no, I cannot remember for the life of me. There is definitely overworld day and night in the Sinnoh games. I don't know why I'm like blanking on that. Especially considering I've played through all four of these copies so much recently. I should know about that. The day and night cycle of Sinnoh. Having a complete brain fart there. What is this song? Unwavering Heart. Oh, I got visitors. Hello. Oh, I just got one. Ooh. I guess my other dog doesn't love me, just Leo. Ryder didn't want to come say hi. What's up, Lil Lee? What you doing? Huh? What you doing, baby? Sure, Ryder will be in here eventually. And as quick as he came, there he goes. He said, okay, I got some head scratches. I'm good to leave. I can go back to bed. I don't know why I'm overly optimistic that this shiny hunt is going to be really quick. Like, I don't know what it is, but I'm just fully anticipating this shiny hunt going really fast. Like, I keep expecting a shiny to pop up every reset, and it's like, it's so unreasonable to think that, because even with 4 copies, it's still 1 in 8,192 is incredibly low odds. We're very likely not getting a shiny for a long time in this hunt, and yet for some reason I just keep expecting it to happen. Overly eager, I guess you could say. Crut, what up, what up? Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we are on the grind for something new, something legendary, something otherworldly. Well, I guess they're not otherworldly. It depends on where you consider them to be from. I guess Cyrus did like summon them down to our world, so I guess you could say they're otherworldly. Imagine. Yeah, I can imagine it. I don't think it's I don't think it's realistic though. All 4 at the same time. I mean, shoot, I would like the cheating allegations. I wouldn't. There's nothing I could do to convince people I didn't cheat. We somehow got all 4 at the same time. Like I could show every single DS I have over here and show the fact that there's not action replay or something in there. No one would believe me. No one would believe me if I somehow got all 4 at once. Shoot, if I got 2 shinies at one time, I think a number of people wouldn't believe me. It's just way too rare and unlikely to happen. I mean, shoot, getting 4 shinies at one time is probably what, a 1 in like quintillion chance, like something insane. Maybe even more than that. Because I mean, shoot, just getting 2 at one time is like what, a 1 in a million chance? 1 in a million, like 600,000. So getting 4 at a time, that's like, yeah, that's a lot of freaking zeros. That is a long number. There was a guy who's, I think I saw that somewhere. I think I saw that on Twitter. I do think I saw that somewhere online. Some guy, I can't remember. I feel like people said, like I saw people saying that it wasn't like whatever game he was like, I forget. Maybe people were just being skeptical because getting 2 at one time is just incredibly unlikely. But I thought I saw some people saying that he was running like the same instance of the game 4 times. And so like, obviously if you hit the same seed on the same instance of the game 4 times, then you're gonna get like a shiny at the exact same time. Maybe people were just trying to come up with a way, like, it's like I said, people wouldn't believe me if I got 2 shinies at the same time. So maybe it's the same exact thing where people are just discrediting because it's so hard to believe. But yeah, I did see that clip of them getting 2 Tricos and then resetting over it. That is why I am not super fast with the resets. A lot of people, as soon as the Pokemon's barely on screen, they're like, reset. I give it time. I wait I wait for it to load, wait for everything to appear. I check, is it shiny? No, okay, we're good. Check again. All right, now I'll reset. I am not trying to reset over a full odd shiny. I would be very disappointed in myself. Oh, Leo's back. What you doing, buddy? Did you bring Ryder with you? I thought I saw him. Oh, and there he is over there, but he ain't coming in here. What you sniffing, Leo? Emily told me there's just no way they'll know that these treats are in this room. They can't smell them. They can't smell it through the bag. Well, what did he immediately go find? The bag where the treats are. Tell me he can't. They can 100% smell those treats. He went straight. He started sniffing around. He went right for it. They can 100% smell those treats. Yeah, I told you they could smell them, and you're like, no, you can't. I worked in plastic. I know you can't smell through this stuff. Uh-huh, yeah, that's what it is, yeah. Yeah, look at that. He knows they're in there. It doesn't matter. Just put it wherever.
Yeah, you can see.
Great. Awesome. Anyone's arm ever like gets stiff and you gotta like pop your elbow by like extending it? It gets like a little locked up and you gotta like just do that and your elbow pops. Left one just did it too. I definitely do need to like really pay attention to the Pokemon, especially Palkia. I feel like if there was any of these Pokemon for me to like miss being a shiny, it would be Palkia. Like if I'm not looking at it close enough, I'm not like paying attention, don't notice the sparkles come out. Like I could 100% miss shiny Palkia. Like Arceus and Giratina, there's no way you miss those as shinies. Like you can tell Arceus and Giratina are shiny. Palkia, really tough. Dialga, like, could be if you're really not paying attention, but I think I would notice shiny Dialga. Palkia, I gotta watch out for. Palkia could 100% get me if I'm not careful. I keep noticing, I mean, it makes sense. At the beginning of all these games where it shows the copyright dates and all that, my English copies of the game, the copyright date is a year behind, which obviously makes sense. Way back in the day, you know, back when these games came out, Japan got the games before the rest of the world did. So, of course, the Japanese games have the copyright date of what? It's like 2008 for the Platinum, 2009 in the English one. Yeah, 2008, 2009. Or my Diamond is 2006. Pearl says 0607. So obviously it makes sense, you know, with the games being released later than the Japanese version, but I've never noticed that before. Like I've never paid attention to it, so Very neat little neat little detail, I guess. It is crazy to think that I was it's crazy to think that I was like actively around Pokemon and like I got back into Pokemon with Black 2, White 2, and so like I was actually like a part of the fandom and like around for X and Y being the first simultaneous worldwide release, which is just weird to think because it's been so long since then, but like worldwide release is just the norm. Captain Marvelous, what up, what up? How's it going? How's it going? Because like obviously back in the day when these games were coming out, I was a child. I was not I was barely conscious to know what was going on. I didn't realize that all these that these games were coming out in Japan before they were coming out to the rest of the world. So you can find the first 3 Pokemon VHS, you'll be happy. The first 3 movies, yeah, those are definitely some of the best. I think Pokemon the third movie might be my favorite Pokemon movie, the one with Entei. And Pokemon 2000's great movie. I love Lugia. I love, you know, the birds. I think that's a cool movie. Obviously, the first movie is hard to, you know, it's a classic. Mewtwo is badass, but I don't know if it's because I was just a little bit older when Pokemon the third movie came out and I just played a lot of, I don't know what it was. I just really liked the premise of the third movie. I liked Entei as the like antagonist villain. I just thought it was really cool. The third movie makes Unknown out to be a lot cooler, a lot more powerful, a lot more mysterious than they actually are in game. Oh, we got a little man roaming around back here. He's just all up in my stuff back here. Really looking at yeah, the red, blue, and yellow really aren't that expensive of Pokemon games. Like they're not too bad to pick up. Neither are gold and silver. Crystal is a good bit more expensive of all the games that you can play on the Game Boy Color. Crystal is, yeah, by far the most pricey. Yeah, I would say either Pokemon the third movie with Entei, or I forget which one it is. I do also like Pokemon Forever. I thought that was a really good movie with what Suicune and Celebi in it, with the guy that has like the dark Pokeballs or whatever that can catch. What was it, like a Mecha Tyranitar or something was in that movie that the guy had? I'm forgetting too much. But also the movie with Latios and Latias. I forget what that one. What was that one called? The one with the Latios. I think that was the one that came out after Pokemon Forever. Pokemon Heroes. Is that really what it was called? Pokemon Heroes? Interesting. Yeah, I like that one too. The one where Ash kisses a Pokemon. He didn't know. Okay, he thought it was a girl, and then it just happened to be Latias. That one was cool. And then Destiny Deoxys, if I can speak. That one is also a really cool movie, just because Destiny Deoxys really paints out Deoxys as a terrifying Pokemon. And the battle between Rayquaza and Deoxys in any form of the Pokemon media is crazy, but I like it in Destiny Deoxys as well. When like Deoxys is above the water and like thinks it's like downed Rayquaza, and Rayquaza comes bursting out and like just blasts Deoxys away with a hyper beam. That shit, that's a pretty cool scene right there. And then what? Jirachi Wishmaker it's a fine movie. I don't really remember too much about Wishmaker, but it wasn't bad. Really around that time, I think Wishmaker was about the last Pokemon movie I really remember watching. I don't recall watching many of the Gen 4 based Pokemon movies. Yeah, I can't even think of what they're called. I know there's that one, the like, what, Rise of Darkrai, is that what it was called? But I don't think I ever watched it, but I vaguely remember seeing like clips of it and stuff. Also nice. Yeah, I think around the, yeah, the 4th generation Pokemon movies are definitely where I stopped watching them, because I really don't remember any of them very well, if at all. Deoxys is your 4th fader. What are your top 3 if Deoxys is only number 4? What would I even say my top 5 legendaries are? That is a good question. I don't even know. My top 5 legendaries. I think, ooh, that's a really tough question. I think Suicune is definitely in my top 5 just because Crystal was my first Pokemon game. So like, I have a soft spot for Suicune being, you know, on the cartridge of Pokemon Crystal, being a main focus of the story of the game. So I really like Suicune. I do really like Jirachi as well. That one I have soft spot for Jirachi because of actually being able to get it in elementary school. I actually had the Coliseum bonus disc, and so I was able to get a Jirachi, and I was like the only person I knew in elementary school that had a Jirachi. So Jirachi has a soft spot for me. And then what other legendaries would I say are up there for me? I guess so. You got Zapdos, Suicune, Celebi, Deoxys, and Lugia. Okay, solid list. Those are all good Pokemon. I'd say Suicune, Jirachi are my top 2, and then maybe like Rayquaza. Right. Yeah, Rayquaza. Goodness, this is a really tough question. I think I would put Giratina up there. I do really like Giratina as well. Other top 5 of man, that is a tough question, because like, so they're legendary Pokemon. Of course, they're all cool, they're all great. Like, it's really hard to choose between them, but I think for my last one I would go with maybe Zekrom. I think I'll go with Zekrom. I do tend to like the big box arts more than the smaller legendaries. It's just Suicune and Jirachi have more of a special place for me because of like nostalgia. The other ones I purely just like because they're cool, because they're big, intimidating dragons. I mean, I'm simple like that. Big scary monster, me likey. I think, yeah, that's what I would go with. Like Suicune and Jirachi, Rayquaza, Giratina, Zekrom. But then again, I do also really like Lugia. I think Lugia is really cool. I do like Groudon. Ruby was a game I played a shitload growing up. Man, it's really tough to narrow down 5. Like, they're just a lot of really cool legendaries. Yeah. And then what? I actually do like Terrakion of the Swords of Justice. I know a lot of people really do not like those those legendaries. I really like Terrakion. I think Terrakion's really cool. Kyurem White and Kyurem Black are sweet Pokemon. Like, it's really hard to narrow down like my 5 favorite legendaries. Like, it is really hard. Suicune and Jirachi are easy to say because of nostalgia, but all the rest of them are so neck and neck, it's hard for me to really pick out the rest. like Fire Red or Emerald. I would say I would lean more towards Emerald myself. I'm not the world's, maybe controversial, maybe not. I am not, that's just burp right there, I'm sorry. I am not the biggest fan of playing through Kanto games. Like if I'm gonna play through the region of Kanto and enjoy myself, I'm gonna do it in Generation 2 or their remakes in Gen 4. Like I'm not the bit like, I'm a 2D Pokemon person through and through. Gens 1 to 5 are my bread and butter. Those are the ones I like the most. But out of those 5 generations, Gen 1 is definitely my least favorite. In fact, I can't remember the last time I played through Fire Red or Leaf Green. Like, it has been a hot minute. Yeah, why is my DS up there in the top not moving? What was going on? Went backwards, but it wouldn't go forwards for a second. That was strange. I mean, that's valid. Lugia is a very cool Pokemon. Lugia is very cool. Pokemon 2000 paints out Lugia to be a pretty sweet Pokemon. It certainly does. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I'm Gen 5 all the way, like Gen 5, especially Black 2, White 2. I just can't get enough of those games. Like, they are just so much fun. I just enjoy everything about them. I could replay them endlessly, you know. I've been debating starting up a series where I just solo, or not solo run. That could definitely very well be on the menu, but like do like every mono type challenge you can do for like a hardcore Nuzlocke of Black 2 White 2 in like challenge mode, because I just enjoy playing those games. I just really like them. I've technically done it in the past where I've done a mono normal challenge run of Black what was it, White 2 I think I played. So I've definitely been toying with that idea of just like doing every challenge imaginable in Black 2 White 2, like challenge mode, just because I like playing the games that much. You know, all what 17 typings are in the game. Mono runs, like I've been toying with the idea of doing a like Dratini, Dragonair, you know, the Dragonite line as a mono challenge run for Black 2 White 2 for some time. You know, beating with a, you know, a stream title of like beating my favorite Pokemon game with my favorite Pokemon, stuff like that. Like, I just really love playing Black 2 White 2. I don't know if that's some kind of like psychological tell that like you could diagnose me with something. Like, why do you enjoy playing this one video game over and over and over and over again? Leo, you back once more, huh? What are you doing back there, huh? What are you doing, little guy? Buddy, you are so tiny. Just sit back like this and see how long he just wants to sit there. What are you doing? He's like, Dad, I'm waiting for you. I want you to play with me. All right, another reset. I'm making good pace. We're making good pace to get a good number of encounters out here. Let's see, I'll play Emerald to make my team stronger since something just can't tell. Can't tell if he just came and licked, like booped my toe with his nose, or something just fall on it. I swear I just felt something on my toe. I don't know if that was him or not. Okay, well, I can get back into place now that he's gone. By the way, if you're enjoying the stream, you're here hanging out, you know, just chilling, don't forget to leave a like. It's always appreciated. And if you are not subscribed, you know, always that's always greatly appreciated as well. So yeah. Let's do another reset there. What kind of mods are you going to throw into that Game Boy Color? I've looked online here there at getting a modded Game Boy Color because I do think it would be cool to get one with like a backlit screen or like a cool shell mod, like a cool new casing or whatever. Yeah, it's something I've certainly looked at. Because like I've seen some like Pokemon Crystal themed Game Boy Colors, like modded ones that look really cool. I think would be fun to add to the collection. But when you like look for that stuff online on like eBay, people tend to want a lot of money for that. And it's like, I don't know if it's really worth that. Like they look really cool, like the modded. There was this guy I followed on Instagram for the longest time that would just post these like modded Game Boy Colors, Game Boy Advances, whatever that he would do. And they looked really sweet. Like he had one that was just all white. It was a Game Boy Color. Like everything was just white, like matte white with the backlit screen. And it just looked really sweet. But yes, some people just want them a little too much money. And it's like, I understand it's cool work. And I don't know how you reshell a Game Boy Color like that. And I'm sure, you know, 3D printing or something. But I'm not sure if I want to drop $200-$300 on something like that. Jay, but yeah, I'm not sure who it was or anything. I don't recognize the name J Boys. Could be. Don't remember. Ooh. Some stretching in. Ooh. Always forget sometimes I gotta keep clicking A to get Arceus to go. I gotcha. Another thing that's tough when looking for stuff on eBay, the like Pokemon Center exclusive Game Boy Colors, DS's, Game Boy Advances, all that. Like, there's some really cool ones. I mean, shoot, I'm using one right now. Can't really see it all too well because of the lighting, but you know, it's got Dialga and Palkia, and it's also upside down, so I should maybe turn it over. You know, this DS has Dialga and Palkia on it. It's like the Diamond and Pearl, I think it's Pokemon Center, or some kind of release of, you know, Diamond and Pearl DS with Dialga and Palkia on it. But when looking into getting one of these, I really had to do a lot of research to figure out what is like a legitimate one, because there are a good number of them on eBay that are illegitimate, like they're reshells, and some of them point out in the description, but like they kind of try and hide it. They don't really say until you like dig deep into the description, where they're like, this is a reshell, by the way, this is not authentic. Some of them don't point it out at all. Either they're trying to scam you or they don't know themselves. But yeah, it took me a second to figure out how to like tell which one was real. Really, I mean, the way to tell is the Dialga and Palkia itself. They're basically like glitter almost on the shell. Like they have a very distinct texture and like look to them. Is not just like a matte like line art, almost that would, you know, it looks like glitter. It looks, you know, texturized. And again, I really assume this is a legitimate DS. Like, as much as I looked into it, like, you know, it very much looks real. Like, I feel like it would be really hard to replicate this kind of a texture and look, but people can do a lot of crazy things with the time and time and energy that they can have. But yeah, I'm just riding on the idea that this is 100% real, that I did the research, I bought from a very reputable seller with a lot of feedback, a lot of good reviews. So you gotta hope it's real, because if it's not, then it's like $180 down the drain. But I've looked into, like, there's also Giratina versions of the DS, you know, a platinum version that has like Giratina on it. Looked into those. Again, I've tried to wade through, like, is this one real? This one's fake. These look a little different. Which one's legit? Like, it's a tough world out there when you want to collect stuff like this, because you really gotta keep an eye out and be vigilant and make sure you're not getting scammed. I hate to say, but Amazon would be the last place I would trust looking for legitimate stuff like that. Yeah. Of all the online marketplaces like that, Amazon would be the one I trust the least to give you a real, like, legitimate copy of what you're looking for. That's mainly built on what I've seen people in the Pokemon community deal with when buying stuff through Amazon. Pokemon card sealed product and this, that, the other. It's a lot of scams on Amazon, like a lot of scams. Yeah, there's a lot of fake crap everywhere online, but I feel like Amazon is fairly unregulated when it comes to stuff like that. Like, it's kind of the Wild West. Tough to know if you're getting the real thing. Obviously, you know, there are situations where you will find legitimate stuff, and there's definitely situations where you can find legitimate stuff on there and it's for a really good deal, but it's not the most common occurrence, and I think the the fake stuff is a lot more common. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace too. Yeah, that one's that one I would not. Facebook Marketplace is like, you gotta look at who you're buying from. Like, if you're buying a used Pokemon game from like a 50, 60-year-old mom, grandma who's just trying to get rid of her kids or childhood, like kids or grandkids stuff, okay, that's probably legit. If you're buying a used Pokemon game from like a younger man who looks like they would be really in the, like, yeah, that's where it gets a little iffy on Facebook Marketplace. Like, there's just certain demographics of people who are just be more likely to know what to do to scam you, and ones that wouldn't. So it's like, okay, you're buying from a soccer mom, she's probably not scamming you for a fake Pokemon game. Buying from a 22-year-old dude who looks like he's into the online reselling stuff, you're taking your chance on if he's an ethical person or not, or if he's just trying to make some money. I like Mercari. I buy a lot from Mercari. Really, as with any online selling place, you just have to be vigilant on who you're buying from and what you're buying. Yeah, so I like Mercari, but there's obviously different there are ways people can try and scam you on there for certain. Is there a specific reason you're doing platinum Arceus? Because they can't use me. I'm not trying to put these on up to home. I am just trying to get stuff for Black 2 and White 2. So I'm just doing a Shiny Living Dex in Black 2. So I'm not trying to get anything past the Nintendo DS. I am a 2D Pokemon purist, Pokemon fanboy. I have actually I don't even, what, you have to pay for home, right? I don't even have Pokemon Home on any of my Switches. I don't play enough Switch Pokemon games, all that, to have that set up, but appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, certainly shiny hunting for Arceus and BDSP would be preferable if you are trying to get a shiny Arceus. Obviously, you have to shiny hunt for it in BDSP because in Platinum it was never officially released, so it's technically, not technically, it is illegitimate. I mean, it just is. At least the Pokemon itself is not hacked, but being able to get it is not. I don't. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. If not, I'm sorry, I'm not explaining it very well. But in Generations 4 and 5, this is as legitimate of a shiny Arceus as I could get. So that's what we're going with. Since the Azure Flute was too confusing for people, apparently. So it never got released, so we never got legitimate Arceus. By the way, that was encounter number 100 for all 4 of these, so 100 down, who knows how many more to go. Retro gaming, I'm sure they are. People, I think people are really coming around to whatchamacallit. Pokemon ROM hacks. Pokemon ROM hacks, I mean, are really fun. Some of them are really well made. Some of them, you know, maybe not, but I do sometimes feel like Pokemon ROM hacks are better than actual Pokemon games. And a lot of times they are. You're predicting the 1874. I'll 100% take that. That is a pretty good hunt. I would be more than happy to get a shiny in less than 2,000 encounters. Resets, whatever you... whatever you want to call it. What is this song? Battle Palace Remastered. It's like the first time I've heard this in the playlist. I wonder if I added this recently. I don't remember. Battle Palace. That was what from? Is that from Emerald? I can't remember. That is certainly something I've been I've told myself I should put more time into. Because of everything out of the first 5 generations of games, I don't really have much experience with at all, is the Emerald and Generation 4 Battle Frontiers. They're not really, it's just not really things I ever sunk a lot of time into. So I really don't know much about all that stuff in the Battle Frontier from those games. I guess I really don't know anything about the Battle Subway either in Black and White, Black 2, White 2. Surprisingly, I never really did the Battle Subway. Anytime I've played through Black 2 or Black and White, Black 2, White 2, I've never dabbled with the Battle Subway. Really, I've only ever done the Pokemon World Tournament in Black 2, White 2. If I was doing any like post-game or competitive like battle facility. I guess I've also done Black Tower and White Tree Hollow and Black 2, White 2 as well. Just watching Pokemon Chronicles. Was that a YouTube series, like an animated YouTube short series or something? I'm not sure if I remember that. Pokemon Chronicles. Maybe I'm just not remembering the name of it, but I watched it. Don't think I remember that one. Aired on Cartoon Network. Yeah, I certainly don't remember that. Pokemon Chronicles. Was it like an offshoot of the anime? Was it like the Pokemon? Is it like Pokemon Orange Islands or whatever? Like a different season of the anime that was. I don't remember that. Chronicles. Had Gold and Richie. Okay. Maybe I don't know if I ever watched it, but maybe I remember seeing something about it now that you mentioned that. Gold and Richie. Oh, I'll have to look into that. Maybe that would be something I'd enjoy watching, because it's not ringing any kind of bell for me. Not often I feel like I'm reminded of something Pokemon that I don't remember or don't know of. I like to think I'm pretty entrenched into into Pokemon and have pretty good knowledge of stuff, but I guess occasionally I do get reminded that there's a lot of stuff out there with this that I am not familiar with. I get that all the time with Pokemon cards. Like I collected crap ton of Pokemon cards. I spent years watching just so many different types of Pokemon card related videos. Like I feel like I've seen every Pokemon card that's ever exists, but every once in a while something will pop up that I'll see and I'll just be like, I've never seen that card before in my life. Where did that come from? Or like I'll see a promo card. Just the other day, not just the other day, yesterday, last night, when I was making my Shiny Mewtwo thumbnail, whenever we get around hunting Shiny Mewtwo, I was looking at Mewtwo Pokemon cards, because what I've been liking to do is, when I make my own thumbnails, is find a really cool Pokemon card art and then clip the Pokemon out of it, recolor it to be shiny, and then like maybe recolor the background. And I was looking through Mewtwo cards and I found one that was a promo. Now obviously it's a Japanese exclusive promo that was never released anywhere outside of Japan, from the black and white era, so you know, pretty old. But I feel like even with stuff like that, I feel like I've seen everything. And yet I looked at this card and was like, wow, I've never seen this before in my life. I did not know this existed. Has like Pikachu on it. There's like a Pokemon in the background with a shocked face. I'm blanking on what it was. It's like Mewtwo in the front, Mewtwo and Pikachu in the foreground. Then there's like something in the background that looks like surprised about what's going on. Yeah. Very, very occasionally stuff like that pops up and I'm just like, wow, I'd never seen that before. Or like I occasionally learn a new Pokemon. Like it's interesting. Why did that? Okay, well, I don't know why the 1DS up there did not reset, but the other ones did. I've never actually had that happen before, where not all the DSs reset at one time. That was interesting. Where was I going? Oh yeah, there's some like in old games, there's some really niche Pokemon ability like mechanics and interactions that you would just never really know, because they're not, there's like subtle, or they aren't pointed out in the description of the ability, or like, you know, whatever. Like the ability Pressure in Generation 3, it increases the chances of you running into a Pokemon in the wild. Like it increases encounter rate, the ability pressure. I did not know that until like earlier this year watching a YouTube video. Like I know there are like some abilities, like there are other abilities that also increase encounter rate. I think what, like Illuminate or something like that. But I never knew that pressure also did that it doubled encounter rate. Or like the ability static increases the odds of you running into electric type Pokemon. If you have a Pokemon with static, and I would think in the front of your party, maybe just in your party in general, but I imagine the front of your party, if you have a Pokemon with the ability static, you are more likely to run into electric type Pokemon in the area. It increases like electric type encounter ability. Just like little things like that you just never really think of, never hear about until just randomly, and it's like, oh wow, what a niche mechanic. What's up with him? I wonder. I don't know if I want to mess with anything. Why am I randomly dropping frames? That's interesting. Not right now. I don't know when that was, but apparently I dropped a couple of frames at some point. I don't know. I'm wondering if I click the spacebar, because I have my mouse hovered over my calculator. If I click the spacebar right here, will it add an encounter? Hopefully it doesn't do something to the stream. I don't think I have OBS like hotkeyed with my spacebar, but if I do... Oh, no way! Am I good on OBS too? Yo, I've never thought about that. Because, so for the reset... Yeah, I gotta figure out how to point. The reset counter up there, that's just the calculator app. I just have OBS capturing the calculator app, and I cropped it around to the number. For the entirety I've been doing these shiny hunts, I always take my hand off of my DS, go to find my mouse, click Ryder. Now Ryder found the treats back there. Go to click my mouse to increase the encounter, bring my hand back, go back to the reset. But now that I can actually have, I'm gonna have to move those treats. Now that Ryder found them, he's gonna go even crazier than Leo did. Because Ryder's a maniac for food. Maybe not. Maybe he'll be good. But I think I can actually just do the reset, use my middle finger, and just boom, encounter added. I don't even gotta pick my hands up. Nice. Streamline this even more. I do not need to move a muscle to do this, to do these resets. I just have to sit here. I guess obviously I have to move some kind of muscle to press the buttons to get the encounters going and yada yada, but I don't have to move my hand over to the mouse and bring it back. Like, I can just sit right here, reset, spacebar. Okay, Ryder, hold on one second. Ryder, stop it. I know, you want treats, but you cannot have them. Over here, I guess. I'm sorry, big boy. You don't get the treats. Those are for your Uncle Gavin. No, those are not for you. We got you more treats today, huh? You got your own. Gavin's getting those for Christmas. Yes. Okay, where was I? Oh, excuse me. Now Ryder's just gonna sit over here and stare at my desk and be like, give me the treats. Give me the treats. Like, I will not move until I get them. I do have to fight the urge to move my hand though to the mouse. I've gotten so used to doing it. I just need to get in the zone of just clicking the space bar with my middle finger right here. Let's see. What do I got? Should I? I'm trying to think. Should I actually put forth the effort of? What was that? So obviously for the Tepig hunt, I have this shiny Embor Pokemon card up here on the microphone to bring good luck. Should I probably should. I have a shiny Arceus card because there's a shining Arceus from the set Shining Legends that came out a while ago. Shining Legends is actually kind of an old set now. It came out in like 2017. But I have a shining Arceus card. I could grab that and put that up here on the microphone whenever we're doing this Arceus, whatever hunt, whatever you want to call this. I don't think they ever came out with a shiny. Is there a shiny Giratina Pokemon card? I feel like there's not. No, I don't think there are. There are shiny Dialga and Palkia cards. I think they're from, what's that? Call Legends set, I believe. Don't think Giratina was in the Call Legends set though. Definitely Dialga and Palkia are. Those cards are a lot. The Dialga and Palkia from Call Legends, the shiny cards, those are a lot more expensive than the Shining Arceus from Shining Legends. Oh, almost did that. The Shining cards in Shining Legends are not all that. Oh, what's going on here? I think it's so hard to read. I don't know why the YouTube kind of like overlay. Whatever, it's hard to tell, but I think we just got raided. What up? How's it going? We just apparently we just got flashed. So oh, what's up everyone? How's it going? Welcome. That's funny. I like that. Get flashed. That's hilarious. I like that very much. That's good. How's everyone doing? Welcome. He told y'all not to say it. Shoot, that's a great calling card. I say you got to do it. I say you got to. So Jay Flash, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. But no, I think that's hilarious. That is a good calling card when you're going around raiding people. I would certainly keep that. See, what do we got? We got Arceus. Hey, what's the point of life if you can't be a little silly every now and then? And by every now and then, I mean all the time. I'm the first one. Well, shoot, I'm privileged and honored to be the first one to get flashed. Thank you so much. I will I will cherish this forever. Thank you. So what are y'all coming from? What were y'all doing over there on your stream? Were y'all shiny hunting as well? Oh, nice. You know Ash? Nice, nice. Yeah, the thumbnail is phenomenal. And the Ash did a great job with this. Fampi Petalil shiny hunt. Nice. Okay, nice, nice. Did y'all get a shiny at all? Get a Fampi, get a Petalil? Bringing any luck on over this way? Oh, sweet. Okay. I guess this is the first time I'm streaming this hunt, you know, after getting Ash to make the thumbnail, so I probably should have tagged Ash on like Blue Sky or something to let him know I was starting this hunt today. I always forget about that stuff. I never remember to post that kind of those things out there. Oh, you nice. You did get the Fampi. Very nice. Glad to hear that. What game were you shiny hunting in for that? Yeah, Fampi does Fampi does have a very subtle shiny for certain. It is not the most noticeable in the world. But yeah, we're just chilling over here trying to see if we can get a shiny legendary, see which one of these will shine for us. I made the prediction early on. I think it's going to be Dialga. I think Dialga will be the one to shine first, just because Diamond was my first Pokemon game from Generation 4, so I feel like me and Dialga are bros. But if I had to choose one, I'd want Giratina, just because I think it has the best shiny of the four. No shinies so far today. I'm doing exclusively these these old school full odds hunts, so yeah, coming across shinies for me has been a very slow process. The only shinies I have from my Shiny Living Dex right now have come from cute charm glitch encounters in Pokemon Platinum, because I was planning on doing fully like 100% odds for every hunt, and then I realized just how long it would take me to full odds hunt all 649 Pokemon with a 1 in 8,192 chance. So I was like, okay, I need to figure out something else so I'm not doing this until I'm 50. So yeah, other than we did get a shiny Totodile a few weeks back when resetting in Soul Silver. I did get that. That's it though. I started up this journey back in July looking for shiny Tepig, and I still have not found the shiny Tepig. I'm just went over odds on the Tepig last week, something like that. I appreciate that, Game Spear. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, this was just a random idea I had. I was like, what if I did all four at once, all the Pokemon gods or deities, whatever you want to call them, see which one shines first. And yeah, this is the actual first week that I've had this whole setup going with 4 games at one time, because I just got these capture cards in last week. So I had been doing just 2 DSs at once with like a webcam pointed at my desk. So really streamlined the hunting and reset process for this going forward. So hopefully I start getting more shinies out of it. All right, J Flash, thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the well wishes. Hope all your shiny hunting goes well as also. And I'll make sure to go check out your channel after this too. Gotta try and remember I'm not the not the world's greatest memory sometimes, but after this I'll go check you out and drop a sub. How do I reset them all at once? I have this right here. So this DS has a wireless receiver. So this cart down here is not a game, it is a wireless receiver. and it's connected to all 4 of the DSs I have sitting over here. So I have capture cards, you know, the DSs are being captured by the computer. And so all I got to do to reset the games is just use this one DS. So yeah, it is modded. So yeah, one DS controls all 4 of them. Sometimes it's a little wonky, sometimes the inputs don't all go in at the same time, but it's never like completely not worked. And yeah, again, I've only had this for the last week. I just picked this all up last week and got this all set up to start hunting this week with all this. I appreciate that, thank you. Yeah, I had no clue as well about this kind of stuff until I was watching PM7's. You know, PM7 does all the shiny hunting videos with like getting all the Sinnoh Pokemon in 24 hours and whatnot. And I saw people doing shiny hunts on DSs, but they were clearly operating way too many DSs at one time for one person to do. So I was like, how did they do that? And I went and looked into it, and yeah, there's a website called Inside Gadgets that sells receivers that you can install into DSs, and these wireless controllers that just plug into another DS. And yeah, you can. It was Nora's. It was Nora's setup. Yeah, that is true. Yep, it was Nora. Because I was sitting there watching that, and I saw all the screens around Nora, and I was like, how in the hell is that possible? How is that happening? And then, yeah, I asked her about it on, I think it was Twitter. Because, yeah, I ended up following her because of that stream. And then, yeah, was like, how did you get that to work? I'd been looking into it and couldn't find it. And then she let me know about Inside Gadgets. Will I be doing something like finding a whole bunch of shinies in 24 hours? I doubt it. I don't got the manpower or the time to do that, unfortunately. It would be really cool though. I would love to do like a super long stream and see how many shinies I could find by myself. In order for that to be feasible, I would have to do the cute charm glitch though, because like if I was just straight up like regular hunting, there's no way I'd find more than like, well, one, I would only be hunting in old Pokemon games because I'm not a 3D Pokemon game fan. I don't hate them. I don't hate like Scarlet, Violet, all that. I don't own them. I've never bought Scarlet, Violet to play them. Last new generation Pokemon game I played really was Sword and Shield, and just wasn't the biggest fan of them. So I've kind of just been sticking with generations 1 to 5. Those are the ones I really enjoy playing. But the downside of that is the fact that shinies in these games are so incredibly hard to find. They're so rare. But it kind of makes the hunt more exciting to me because like sometimes it does feel like the new games have too easy of odds for shinies, and it can just be like, okay, I spent 30 minutes looking for a shiny and I found it. It's exciting, but sometimes you do want that hunt to be a little bit earned, a little bit of a grind. But if I did the cute charm glitch, I could definitely like push myself to see just how many shinies I could catch in that regard, because the cute charm glitch makes shinies like a 1 in 5 chance. Some people don't consider them legitimate shinies. They are legitimate. It's just a glitch in the game that makes shinies appear really often. But they are not hacked. They're legitimate shinies. Yeah, so the main hunt on the channel is Tepig. That was the one I started off this whole Shiny Living Dex journey on, was Tepig in Black 2 and White 2. And I'm still looking for it. I'm about to hit 9,000 encounters on that Tepig hunt. And then we also have, I just started up a Squirtle hunt in Fire Red and Leaf Green earlier this week. So I have that going on as well. Yeah, certainly. Yeah, when I found out about the cute charm glitch and how you could just set it up with like RNG manipulation, I was like, oh shoot, I gotta get that going, because that is going to be incredibly clutch to get some stuff done for this Shiny Living Dex. But then also, what else? You asked about Tepig. Nice, yeah, Tepig, Imbor specifically, phenomenal shiny, just phenomenal shiny. That's why I chose Tepig to be the starting hunt for this journey, because Imbor has the best shiny. And then also a kind of a silly hunt I've done a couple times before this is, so in Pokemon Platinum, you know, in the resort area, you can encounter level 100 Magikarps by fishing. They're incredibly rare, but you can encounter a level 100 Magikarp. I was doing the math and I was like, okay, what would it take to shiny hunt, like fishing for a level 100 Magikarp in that area? Well, the best odds you can get for that hunt is by using the cute charm glitch, but it's still a 1 in 50,000 chance to find a level 100 shiny Magikarp in that water with the cute charm glitch. So that is a kind of a meme hunt I started up twice. And it's just silly. It's just fun to see, like, can I somehow get this level 100 Magikarp to be shiny? Because as of right now, I think I have a total of like 8 shiny Magikarps in my Platinum box, just because they were like funny numbers or whatever. Oh, let's see. Yeah, no, you are not crazy. This is in fact if I can get it out of the card sleeve. This is in fact a shiny Imbor Pokemon card. Here, I can go to full screen so y'all can see a little better. Yep. This is from the black and white era. I forget exactly what set this is from, if it wants to focus. But yeah, that's a shiny Imbor Pokemon card. I specifically bought this card to be a good luck charm for the Tepig hunt. It is not worked out yet, but I love collecting Pokemon cards, so it was 100% worth adding to the collection. And then hatching eggs for Tepig. I considered it, you know, obviously doing the Masuda method, getting a shiny charm would make shiny hunting so much quicker. But there are certain Pokemon that I just want to do like a full odds, like full on reset hunt for, just because it'd be like fun. And also with Tepig being like the first hunt for the Shiny Living Dex, I thought it was only fitting to do a starter reset hunt for it. But I certainly have changed my tune, because when I first started this whole Living Dex thing, I was like, oh, I'll reset for like every starter. It'll be fun. You know, we'll try and get everyone through a reset hunt. But after doing this Tepig hunt for 5 months, nah. Once I get that shiny Tepig, Snivy and Oshawott, they are 100% being bred for. I am not putting myself through a super long starter reset hunt again. It'll be a fun payoff once we get the Tepig, but I do want to complete the Shiny Living Dex in some kind of relatively fast time. Watching the Pokemon Master Quest. Master Quest. Now, Captain Marvelous, you keep introducing me to things that I have never heard. What is Pokemon Master Quest? I've heard of, isn't that a board game? Wasn't that a board game, Pokemon Master Quest? I've never heard of that as a show though. Ho-Oh, with an episode with Ho-Oh. How have I never heard of that? How many shiny? So I need to get 3. So to complete a Shiny Living Dex, you need every single Pokemon to be shiny. So in order to complete this, I need 3 shiny Tepigs. 1 to be a Tepig, 1 to be a Pignite, and 1 to be an Imbor. So the first Tepig I'll get just by soft resetting for it. The next 2, the Pignite, I guess the one that I soft reset for will eventually become an Imbor by playing through the game. But the Pignite and Tepig that I officially have for the Shiny Living Dex, I'm just breeding for them. I'm not going to do another soft reset hunt for those. Another Pokemon series after Johto Journeys. I'm clearly not well versed enough in the shows and all that. I've never heard of Johto Journeys either. Is that just an offshoot of the anime? Like, and I'm just, how have I never heard of these things? Like, are those just like seasons of the anime and I'm just not aware of what they were called? Yeah, I've never heard of Johto Journeys either. I know, like, what, the Gen 3 version of the anime is called, what, Advanced Battle or something like that? I know that. I know the Ruby Sapphire era of the anime is called Advanced Battle. But yeah, I've never heard of Johto Journeys or Master Quest. Yeah, there are a lot of a lot of episodes of Pokemon, that is for sure. I think it's funny, people always talk about how long One Piece is, and like, oh my lord, One Piece is so long, like catching up to it, like so many episodes. I'm fairly certain the Pokemon anime has more episodes of has more episodes than One Piece. Like, I'm fairly certain the Pokemon anime is longer than One Piece. What Pokemon do you think has the worst shiny? Shoot, I think we talked about this either in the last stream or the one before that. Goldengo. I, for the life of me, do not understand why they gave Goldengo such a bad shiny. Like, I haven't played Scarlet and Violet, but of all the Pokemon from Scarlet Violet I've seen, Goldengo is my favorite. And its shiny is so bad. There's a ton of shinies that barely change. Goldengo literally doesn't change, other than the most minute detail that's almost impossible to notice. It's like, I don't get it. I know it's made of gold, and so making it a different color like makes it not gold. But who cares? Make it silver, make it bronze, make it platinum, like do something else. Make it just a tiny bit different. Oh, that's Master Quest. Okay, I have 100% seen the Baby Lugia. I have seen that Baby Lugia thing. So, okay, I do know what you're talking about there. I didn't realize that was called Master Quest. I gotcha, I gotcha. You hate all the Pokemon that have plain green shinies. You are preaching, yeah, you're preaching to the choir on that one. I am also not a fan of green shinies. And as I gotta remember how to get my head out of the way. As a very much fan of the Pokemon Dragonite, Dragonite's my favorite Pokemon. It hurts me to my core that Dragonite shiny is green. Oh goodness, excuse me. It 100% hurts me to my soul that Dragonite has a green shiny. Because I cannot stand green shinies. What shiny? So I guess first, Espeon's my third favorite Pokemon of all time. You know, Dragonite's my first, Weavile's my second, Espeon's my third. I also don't like green Espeon. I wish Espeon was like a baby blue or something, or like a oh, I didn't move far enough on Giratina. Yeah, I'm not a fan of shiny Espeon either. But in terms of shinies that actually change a bunch, that are really bad, there's a bad shiny that genuinely changes a lot. Trying to rack my brain, but I'm that's a tough question. Trying to think of what is a bad shiny that actually does change though. I'll come back to that. I might have to brainstorm on that one a little bit. What color would you prefer Dragonite switch to if you could switch to? Or I actually dropped dead. I was thinking about Ursaring, Teddiursa and Ursaring. I'm not a fan of their shiny change, but then Ursaluna gets a really cool shiny. So it's like, But you ask about what I would prefer Dragonite to look like. I will show you what I prefer Dragonite to look like. Just give me 1 second to go find it. I have that on this computer, right? Where is that? Is it not on this computer? Is it on a different computer? I might not have it. Yeah, I think it might be on my other computer. All right, well, never mind. I had actually recolored Dragonite to be a different shiny for a little TikTok I made a while back. But yeah, it's on my other computer, so I do not have it. But I think making Dragonite either like just blue, kind of like Dratini and Dragonair already are, or like pink. I think Dragonite would look good with a pink shiny. Like, just give it the same shiny as Dratini and Dragonair. Drop Dead, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, I appreciate it. I certainly no shade to anyone for what shinies they prefer. I certainly no shade there. I just personally am not a fan of the color green. So like green Espeon, I'm not a fan of. But if you like green Espeon more, like, yeah, perfectly fine with me. Like, no shade to you on that. Everyone has their own, you know, own tastes and opinions. It's just, green has never been in my color wheel. It's just not a color I tend to enjoy. So that's just why I'm not a fan of green shinies, really. But sometimes they do work. Sometimes they do work. I think last time I spoke on this, Shiny Scizor I actually do like as a green shiny. Probably because as a bug, being green makes sense. Scyther's green, like, I don't mind Shiny Scizor. Like, I actually think it looks pretty good for Scizor. It's not all green shinies, but most of them I'm not a fan of. It's not all of them. I like Shiny Hawlucha. I think Shiny Hawlucha, I almost said Hawlucha. Shiny Hawlucha looks really cool. I think that's one of the better shinies out there, actually. I think it's a really good shiny. I have a Shiny Hawlucha card somewhere around here. I think it's back in one of these ETB boxes, but I do have a Shiny Hawlucha Pokemon card. Where did I get that graded? No, I graded that one and sold it, so never mind. I don't have that card anymore. I forgot about that. I did have a Shiny Hawlucha card. No longer do. Forgot it. That was a while ago, but yeah, I graded and sold that one. I think the purple looks really cool for Shiny Hawlucha. What are we getting? Getting close to 10 o'clock. You don't like Shiny Heracross? Well, I guess Shiny Heracross is green as well, isn't it? I guess when it comes to bugs, I don't mind when they're green. It doesn't in terms of shinies, yeah, the green on, or no, Heracross is pink. Why am I thinking it's green? Yeah, my bad. No, Heracross is pink. I do like the pink Heracross. Why did I think it was green for a second? Nah, I like pink Heracross. I think it's cool. Lou, what up, what up? How's it going? It's been a second. How you been? It's been a minute. Yeah, pink shinies really, I like pink shinies. Just SATs, ooh, I do not miss those days, not at all. Yeah, the SAT and the ACT, that was stressful. Oh, I'm down here attacking these random other Pokemon. Since whatchamacallit, Arceus was taking a second. Yeah, the SAT, I didn't study for them. I'm terrible study habits. I was actually talking about that a little bit earlier. I never studied for the SAT or ACT. I just completely winged it. Not the best idea. Definitely don't do that if you're prepping to take the SAT or ACT. Definitely study for it. That was not a good call on my part. I didn't do bad. Thankfully, I'm not trying to like toot my own horn. I am smart enough that I was like, I have a really good memory, or at least I did used to have a really good memory. Not anymore. My memory is fading. I used to be able to memorize information really easily. So high school was pretty simple for me. I just memorized study guides and stuff like that. So I was never great about studying because I could just easily memorize information and not have to like really put forth study effort. It wasn't great for instilling study habits in me, but it's how I was. So like I did good enough on the SAT and ACT. Like I got into the college I wanted to get into, University of Georgia. I was able to go to, I did good enough to get in, but no, I definitely should have studied, especially because I took the SAT 3 times and then took the ACT once, and I basically got the same exact score every single time. Like in some iteration, like the different categories, like maybe were up some or down some from the last time, but I got the same exact score on the SAT 3 times in a row. It may be like a 10-point difference here or there between them. And then I took the ACT because I was like, oh, it's more sciencey based, so like maybe I'll do better on that. And then I basically got the ACT equivalent of what my SAT was. So I guess for money's sake, I should have studied, so I didn't take it 4 times for no reason, to try and do better, but no, that was 10 years ago, so can't do anything about that now. But Shiny Jinx, I don't know if I remember what Shiny Jinx looks like, to be honest. What is Shiny Jinx barely changed? Like, I do not remember Shiny Jinx at all. So I guess I would say I'm neutral on it. Don't really know much about it, so I guess I don't really have an opinion. It's white hair. Yeah, I guess. I have a pretty neutral opinion on Jinx as a Pokemon in general. I don't hate it, definitely don't love it, so it's pretty whatever to me. I really need to pay attention when these Pokemon are coming up, especially for Palkia, because I could 100% miss Shiny Palkia if I am not careful. That Pokemon its shiny isn't bad, it just changes not as much as the others, and I could 100% miss it if I am not careful. You gotta be vigilant. Which of these? That would be Giratina. Giratina's shiny is... Man, Giratina's shiny is immaculate. Well, it's funny because normally my favorite shinies are red and black shinies. I mean, shoot. I'm a massive University of Georgia Bulldogs football fan. Red and black, their color scheme. I love red and black shinies. Not Honedge. I like shiny Honedge. Aegislash, my favorite shiny Pokemon. Haxorus, Charizard, Rayquaza, all those shinies, super cool. Giratina is basically already red and black. So you would think changing Giratina's colors, I'd be like against it. Like, oh, it's already red and black. You can't improve on red and black. But shiny Giratina looks so freaking good. The like light blue, the kind of like, it looks very cosmic in its shiny form. Like obviously in its regular form, it looks like Pokemon Satan. Like it looks kind of more, it looks evil, looks like the underworld. I acknowledge red and black as a color scheme kind of looks a little dark. But in its shiny form, it looks just like this like cosmic entity. Like it looks like you would just see it in like the sky. Like if you ever seen the Eternals Marvel movie, at the end when like the big old celestial or whatever it's called shows up and it's just like huge in the sky. I just imagine that with shiny Giratina, just like this massive like being of space. Like obviously Palkia is the being of space, but you know, I really like Giratina shiny. Like, it's super cool. Shiny Rampardos. I like Rampardos because it changes to red, right? It goes from blue to red. Red's my favorite color, so yeah, I like Shiny Rampardos. And then after Giratina, I would say I like Dialga's shiny the second best. And then, that's tough. I'm not a huge fan of the color yellow, so Arceus' shiny is not like my favorite thing in the world, but at least it's a good change. Like, it's a significant change. I do kind of feel like Palkia's shiny is not enough of a change. It's not bad. I just, when comparing it to the other ones, I think, well, no. I mean, shiny Palkia does get like more pink, which is kind of cool. I do like. That's tough. Palkia and Arceus might be tied for third and like just neck and neck. That's really tough. Definitely Giratina and then Dialga, and then I can't choose between Arceus and Palkia. Yeah, it's too close, but they're not bad. They're definitely not bad shinies. Yeah, Bidoof and Bibarel don't have like the world's greatest shinies. Those are two Pokemon that we have in the Shiny Dex right now. I do have Shiny Bidoof and Bibarel already caught and accounted for. The color's a little, a little puke greenish in a way. Like, it, yeah. Not the most visually appealing in the world. Man, really making progress here. Almost 2 hours in, we're creeping on up to 200 encounters. Having the 4DSs and having a wireless controller to control them all, like, it is streamlining this process so much. Like, the Tepig hunt was taking so long because with only 2 DSs and I'm trying to use both my hands to operate them at the same time while with like a camera in front of me everywhere. Oops. Yeah, the resets just were taking forever, but now everything is like flying by, it feels like. Hopefully this means we get more shinies. Obviously, I mean, the more encounters you can get, the quicker, the better. You're going to find more shinies that way. Alolan Rattata. What did they do to... Did they make it red? Alolan Rattata and Raticate. Are they kind of like reddish? Definitely better than regular Burgundy. Yeah, okay, yeah. And close enough. Like a dark red. Definitely better than regular Rattata. I think regular Raticate has a pretty good shiny. I think the orange on regular Raticate's not too bad. Generation 2 shiny Rattata is actually pretty cool. It's like gray instead of like the yellowish orange they made it. Oh, Pokemon TCG Pocket's letting me know I have a booster pack to open up. Anyone else playing TCG Pocket ever? I don't play it in the sense that I'm like doing online battling. I've never been super huge on TCG card playing. I like collecting, but I've been opening my packs. I like collecting the cards, at least in TCG Pocket. I think it's fun. Really cool artworks in there. A number of shinies have changed over the years. Really the change was between like Gens 2 to like 5, shinies changed here or there. since we went to 3D models in Gen 6, basically every shinies stayed the same. But yeah, there are a number of Pokemon that have their shinies didn't change like drastically. They might like the hue or shade of whatever color they were might have changed from gens like 3 to 4 or 4 to 5, stuff like that. But a decent number of shiny Pokemon from Gen 2 did change pretty drastically going forward to Gen 3. Just because they had like more color options and stuff going from Gen 2 to Gen 3, going for the Game Boy Color to the Game Boy Advance, they had more potential with the shinies, so they changed a good number of them. Like Muck's shiny change? Trying to remember, I thought Muck was always a pretty consistent like greenish color for the shiny. Maybe the shade of green has changed. Haunter, I feel like Ghastly and Haunter always kind of had the like, their body got a little bit lighter, but then they had like the blue smoke ethereal apparatus around them. They might have changed the shades and stuff. Definitely Shiny Gengar has changed over the years. Shiny Gengar used to be more like gray and black. Now it's like really it's just a dark purple, not all that much different from regular Gengar. But Shiny Gengar used to not be that bad, kind of as it is now. Used to be a more noticeable change. Yeah, definitely Mega Gengar has the superior shiny for the Gengar. Looks pretty sweet. I actually tried recoloring the Generation 2 sprite for Gengar is like my favorite Gengar's ever looked. Just looks so menacing and like creepy and kind of like extra ghosty and, you know, spooky. I tried recoloring that sprite to be like Mega Gengar's shiny color, and it was really difficult. Like, I couldn't get it to look good. I don't know what it was. I just couldn't get it to work. Like, it just didn't look right. It's obviously an artist issue. It's my, you know, me being unable to properly apply the coloring, but I've recolored a number of shinies, and I'd never had trouble like that with getting a shiny to work how I envisioned it. Oh, man, my neck is bothering me right now. Goodness. I go by on KO. What do you mean? Oh, it's Mega Form? Yeah, I like Mega Banette. I think it's pretty cool. Definitely think Mega Banette is pretty sweet. That does raise a good point that I've seen someone make online, that while Megas were really cool and, you know, a very popular mechanic, they have kind of screwed Pokemon like that out of getting evolutions going forward. Because, like, while, you know, Megas have not, you know, been around for the last 2 generations, they're coming back with Legends ZA, but you know, they weren't around for Sword and Shield, they weren't around for Scarlet Violet. And because of that, because of these Pokemon like Bayonet or like Houndoom or blanking on other Pokemon that fit this, Mawile or Sableye, like Pokemon that are kind of underpowered and could really use like an evolution or something. Like we're not likely going to get an evolution to those Pokemon because those Pokemon have Megas. It's like, even though Megas might not be around right now, like they're probably not going to give Sableye a random evolution like they gave Girafarig, because Sableye has a Mega. And so like it kind of conflicts with the idea that like Sableye's, you know, going beyond being itself was Mega Evolving, not regular evolving. Now granted, they can really do whatever they want. I mean, if they want to say like, oh, you don't have to be fully evolved to Mega, it just happened. It just happenstance that all the Pokemon that could Mega Evolve before were fully evolved Pokemon. But yeah, I have seen that point made of like giving Pokemon Megas kind of prevents these older Pokemon that are underpowered from getting new evolutions going forward. I don't remember what Houndoom or Mega Houndoom Shiny looks like off the top of my head. At least not well. It's like, I think I might know what it looks like, but can't remember for certain. I think it is just like a... What is... I can't remember any of the Houndoom. I think Houndoom and Houndour are bluish. Does Mega Houndoom keep that shiny? I don't remember. Really don't. It's been a while since I've seen Mega Houndoom shiny, so you can't recall. It's blue with red. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't mind Houndoom shiny. I think it's pretty nice. Oh, forgot to press A up there. Get Arceus moving. Always gotta look at Palkia for a second and be like, you're not shiny, are you? I would hope that after seeing regular Palkia enough times, I'll just know when shiny Palkia is on the screen, even if I don't immediately see the like stars, you know, shiny sparkle. Hopefully I've just seen regular Palkia enough times that I know like, okay, that's not regular Palkia, that's shiny. I don't remember. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, a number of people for a long time have thought have thought Pokemon in general was demonic because of evolution and stuff. Wouldn't be surprised if Pokemon like Houndoom or Giratina got some flack for being like Satan-esque, kind of more underworldy in design. But I don't recall anything with Houndoom having controversy like that. I had a couple of friends growing up, I think at least two of them, that weren't allowed to play Pokemon because their parents didn't like the evolution aspect of Pokemon. I think one of them, their parents might have come around eventually and let them play at some point more when we were older, but can't recall. Oh, good pop right there. Maybe. Never know. Never know. I really am interested to see what they do for Generation 10. I'm very interested to see how they approach that one. Because Scarlet Violet was interesting. It's done well. You know, it's they're the third highest selling Pokemon games of all time. People generally like the story of Scarlet Violet. People seem to think it's a fun game, fun concept. It's pretty widely acknowledged, though, that it was executed not the greatest in terms of gameplay and, you know, how it looks, how it runs. It's not the most technically sound game in the world. So I'm very interested to see how they approach Generation 10. Because, like, I feel like Generation 10 has to hit in every way. Like, I feel like they can't have another controversy. Controversy? I feel like I said that weird. Controversy. Because the last few generations of games have all had pretty major controversies around their release. At least the mainline games. Well, Legends Arceus is mainline. I don't think it really had any controversy. People might have thought it didn't look the best. Like, Legends Arceus is a cool game, but in some aspects it could look a little better. It's like, what, the last time they really had a universally, like, loved and accepted release of a Pokemon game was Oris? Maybe just X and Y. If you don't want to count remakes, because remakes are kind of cheating. Really, I like Sun and Moon had some hype, but I don't remember Sun and Moon being as widely anticipated and widely accepted and like loved on as X and Y was when it first came out. The tone has shifted on X and Y though. People are kind of starting to turn on it because, like, as time goes on, I think they're realizing X and Y maybe was a little bit underbaked and could have had a little bit more go into it. But yeah, like Scarlet Violet, Sword and Shield, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon weren't entirely popular when they were announced and released because, like, they were so similar to Sun and Moon. And there were two of them. It's like, yeah, we'd gotten third version games before, but like there was only one of them. Now there's two. There was the whole Dexit thing. People had probably, like, the last few generations of Pokemon have had a good bit of controversy around all of them. And I feel like Generation 10, I feel like they gotta knock it out of the park. The 10th generation of Pokemon cannot have issues. Like, it's gotta be, like, well received. So I feel like they gotta take their time and really work on it. I mean, I have no idea. I have no clue. I don't even know how many new Pokemon were introduced in, like, Sword and Shield, Scarlet Violet, any of that. They're obviously not going to be releasing as many new Pokemon as they used to back in Gens 3, 4, 5. Ever since 6, the new Pokedexes, you know, the new Pokemon released have been on the lower side, but it probably is safe to say around 50 to 60 new Pokemon, and then like 30 to 40 others that are like adjacent to Pokemon we've already gotten. Probably. I really don't know. I think it would be a brilliant idea for them to do what they did in Generation 5 and in Generation 10 release a whole new Pokedex of Pokemon, 150 brand new Pokemon, and those are the only ones you can use in the game. What could go wrong? It is not like Black and White were not very well received. I think in hindsight, people realize that kind of resetting the series and making Black and White kind of like another Generation 1, 150 new Pokemon. Those are the only Pokemon you can use in the game. In hindsight, it's kind of a cool idea. Some people are never going to be a fan of that because they want to be able to use older Pokemon. They don't like being limited to only new Pokemon, but it didn't work out well for Black and White when the games first came out. They didn't sell all that much. Same with Black 2, White 2. They were a little bit underperforming in the sales aspect, so don't see that ever happening again, but I would I want to see the balls on Game Freak to do it again. All right, Generation 10 reset time once more. Let's all new Pokedex, only Pokemon you can use in the game, open world. Yeah, it's not going to happen, but it would be kind of funny. It would, I feel like nowadays it wouldn't be as poorly received as it was back in Generation 5. Now, I guess, I don't know. People were pretty upset with Sword and Shield when they found out a bunch of Pokemon weren't going to be in the game at all. So, I guess people would be I guess you could see a lot of people being upset if none of the old Pokemon were in the game. It was just new Pokemon. And new Pokemon is kind of... Oh. Didn't get a reset there on Pearl for some reason. New Pokemon has kind of made it a staple to like sprinkle in old Pokemon in the games as part of the regional decks. So I really don't see it happening, but I guess people can't be mad about old Pokemon not being in the game if none of the old Pokemon are in the game. Or at least for the main story. Because like with Black and White, you can get Pokemon outside Generation 5 in the post-game. So like, why not do it again? Write it into the story. Be like, the main story is you're in this region that's kind of shut off from the world. You only have the regional Pokemon that are brand new, never before seen Pokemon. But then like through the story mechanics, bring back an evil team that actually wants to do something crazy. The last few generations, we've just got like, corporations that I guess Rose from Sword and Shield kind of had crazy ambitions with Eternatus, but like it was so just out of nowhere and kind of whatever done. It doesn't feel the same as like a Lysander wanting to blow up the world in X and Y, or Sun and Moon. Again, the Aether Corporation kind of followed that same thing of like surprise villain that wants to do something kind of evil. Bring back a Team Plasma, Team Galactic, Team Flare kind of storyline villains who are like genuinely trying to do something like devastating to the world. And you got to stop them. But through their actions of the story, it like opens up Pokemon from previous games, previous regions to like migrate to this new region or something. And so in the post game, after like everything's said and done, all the old Pokemon can make their way in to the game. But that's just my 2 cents. That's just my 2 cents. They're not clone Pokemon. What? Did Pearl not reset again? What is going on? I can get this. Come on. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. Why the copy of Pearl is not reset the last 2 times with the other ones. But no, I don't know about clone Pokemon, but I guess Mewtwo's ambitions there were a little bit similar to what I'm talking about. But yeah, like just a story where the evil team is doing something that interrupts like the environment of the world, and in doing so, it opens up the region for Pokemon from all over to like migrate there. Whereas before, they hadn't been able to do that, you know? Like bake it into the story, make the story like a Pokemon region that's been shut off. It's just the local Pokemon. There's no Rattatas, there's no Starlies. Like it's just those new regional Pokemon. You can form the region geographically around that idea, and through the story, like open up a world where old Pokemon can then migrate in, and you can start finding them in the wild. That way, you know, no one can be mad if the story of the game is literally centered around the fact that there are only new Pokemon in the region, and that other Pokemon from previous games are brought in through means of the story. Like, how can you get mad when the story is literally about that? Like you gotta just suck it up at that point and be like, okay, I see what they're doing. That's why new Pokemon or old Pokemon aren't in the game. That probably is a little too much for Pokemon. I don't think with Pokemon being the kid-oriented series that it is, I don't know if a apocalyptic world setting is something they would commit to. Might be a little too dark. Goodness, that could be kind of cool. Which isn't the story of Scarlet and Violet kind of similar to that though, with Arven, where you're like hunting down the Titan Pokemon that are like myths or what? I again haven't played Scarlet and Violet. I could be completely wrong in my remembering or whatever I've seen about the story. Isn't that kind of the storyline a little bit in Scarlet and Violet? Like, well, I guess the Paradox Pokemon were brought to the region by the professors, like, through time, right? It's not like they were Pokemon known about, thought to be extinct, that ended up being found, so maybe not. Maybe not. But yeah, it could be cool if a part of, like, the Pokedex completion is thinking like the professor gives you some kind of like addendum to your Pokedex that's like, and here's a list of Pokemon that no longer are native to this region or that are believed to no longer be around, and you like go through some kind of story that opens you up to finding these once lost Pokemon or something like that. Could be neat, could be neat. Yeah, I mean, that's touched on in the Rainbow Rocket story of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Because what, in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon in the post-game, the villains from past Pokemon games like Giovanni, Archie, Maxie, Cyrus, Ghetsis, they're brought in through what, the Ultra Wormholes? And the point is, like, those versions of those villains are actually ones that achieve their goals, right? So like, obviously you're not playing through Hoenn after Archie flooded the world or anything, but it's kind of like, yeah, it is kind of touched on that like there are alternate timelines of Pokemon where the villains actually succeeded. So that could definitely be a cool concept. That sounds like a cool concept for a fan-made game. I feel like the fans could really make a game like that well. Like a Hoenn-based game where Maxie rid. Imagine that would actually be. That's actually. I'm surprised no one has made a ROM hack of Emerald with that premise of like Archie or not Archie, because I think it would be harder if Archie succeeded, because then you just have to make the entire world water, and that kind of like takes away world building and stuff, because you just flood the entire world, you're just surfing around everywhere, and it's kind of like, what's there to do other than surf? But if Maxie succeeded and they just drained the entire Hoenn region of water, it'd be kind of cool to explore a timeline where like you actually walk around all that area that was ocean in Hoenn, but now it's just land, and like maybe people settle there or something, or is, yeah. Because previously you could only dive to certain spots in that water of part of Hoenn. But if you dry up all the land, all the water over there, and it's just land underneath, and like there's even more stuff that you can go exploring in that general area. So that could be kind of a cool premise of going through the Hoenn region in a post world where Maxie succeeded in draining the Hoenn region of water. From a human life standpoint, I don't know how the world exists. I don't know how life survives in a world where with no water. But maybe it's just like the oceans are drained and like little pockets of fresh water are found here and about in Hoenn. That could be a pretty good storyline. Like certain cities are abandoned because like there's no water in the area, so you got to go places where you can get fresh water. So like Sutopolis or something would be like, maybe Sutopolis would be like a safe haven because they do have that bowl in there and it like does store water or something. Because it's not that the water inside of Sutopolis isn't really the ocean. You just go down through the ocean up into Sutopolis, so there's just water chilling in there. It would make more sense if that water did get drained with the rest of the ocean, but like maybe you could work it out where it stuck around, and so Sutopolis becomes some kind of like safe haven. Because it has a bunch of water or something. Yeah. Could formulate the region around that. They create new towns around the water that actually exists within the region, and that would be a cool fan-made game if someone could pull that off. If I had the time or knew anything about creating Pokemon ROM hacks, I'd give it a go, because that actually sounds like a really cool idea and a good premise to try, but I don't got the time or know anything about that to do it. So anyone out there is listening and you think it's a cool idea, go ahead and give it a shot. You have my permission to use the idea. What up, Fly? How's it going? How's it going? How is life treating you? Oh, no worries, no worries. You are all good. But not to mention, I did not stream for like almost 2 weeks, so you really haven't missed much recently, Fly. I have been a little bit AFK with the holidays and everything. Nope, no luck anywhere to be found. No, not since the Totodile. We have been dry on the shinies. Tepig's still going on. We started up a Squirtle hunt, but yeah, no Squirtle. Just started this one up today, so still on the search for our next full odds shiny. What's the tepig count? We are currently sitting at 8,886 encounters on tepig. Got my little been using this lightning energy to keep track of the tepig hunt. So those are all the benchmarks for where we've been on our tepig resets. But yeah, currently a little bit under 8,900 encounters for tepig. So just, you know, a little bit over odds. We're about, what, 700 encounters over odds? Yeah, unfortunately, it is turning out that way. It has turned out that way. I'm really hoping that we get it at least below 10,000. If I can keep it below 10k encounters, I won't complain too much. I can't complain too much. If we go over 10k on tepig, that's when I'm gonna start. That's when things are gonna get a little dicey. I'm gonna start cooking up a lot of bacon if we go over 10k encounters. Speaking of bacon, I'm hungry. I ate dinner. I basically had oatmeal and a yogurt right before streaming. That was kind of my dinner. It was holding me over for a while, but I'm getting a bit parched here. Parched is thirsty. I am kind of thirsty. I do need to get more water, but I'm getting a little hungry too. Yeah, this hunt is definitely nowhere near on the tepig level of reset time. Yeah, we can get these resets out pretty quickly. The only one really holding us back by just a tiny little bit is Arceus. The Arceus encounter just takes 5 more seconds maybe. I mean, shoot, considering we're just counting resets for this hunt and not total encounters, we're about to hit 250 total resets, which is 1,000 encounters on the night. Because for every reset, we're getting 4 encounters, so you know, we're approaching 1,000 total encounters just on this one stream alone. So we definitely should, in theory, be streamlined and getting towards a shiny a lot quicker now that we got this all going on. Now, when taking that into account, I'm not sure how to calculate odds, because technically through 8,192 total encounters you've hit odds and the likelihood of seeing a shiny, but 8,192 total encounters is not that. You divide that by 4 for every single Pokemon. That's the total number of encounters each Pokemon has hit. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to consider hitting odds on this hunt. Is it when we get to 8,192 resets? Because technically at that point, when we get to that, we've seen 32,000 encounters. So it's just each Pokemon will have been seen a total of 8,192 times. Understandable. I get that. Hopefully, you know, whenever you pick that back up, Snivy shines for you soon. But what you been playing? I messed up royally. I was intending on getting... Yeah, I wouldn't call it messing up royally. But I was intending on buying Kingdom Hearts on Steam, because there's a Steam bundle with Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 mix. And I haven't played Kingdom Hearts in so long. I've been wanting to replay them. And it was on a Black Friday sale, and I should have bought it. I meant to, and I just completely forgot, and so now it's not on sale anymore. It's only $15 more, so it's not the end of the world. I would have just preferred to get it for a little bit cheaper. So one day I want to pick that up and get back to playing through Kingdom Hearts, because it's been a solid probably 10 plus years since the last time I played any of those Kingdom Hearts games. Red Dead 2. Okay, gotcha. I never played any of the Red Dead games. Never played any Red Dead Redemption. Oh, good lord, can't speak. Redemption. I almost said Redemption. Red Dead Redemption? Yeah, other than Pokemon and the occasional Super Mario game, have not played a variety of video games in a long time. Really, I mean, in college, all I was playing was Pokemon and League of Legends. Since college ended, all I've really dropped was League of Legends. Now it's basically just Pokemon, with the occasional, like, again, Super Mario game in there, here, there, when Emily and I like play them together. So my gaming catalog has not been very diverse recently. I gotcha. Yeah, I'm not the world's biggest, I'm not the biggest fan, or like, I wouldn't say I'm not a fan of open world games. I imagine Red Dead is like that, like an open world game where you kind of do what you want and just kind of, I think I've heard that, you know, it's an open world game where you just kind of explore and do your thing. They've never really been for me. I get like, I don't like open world games because I don't like the illusion of choice. I like being told what to do. No, I like a more streamlined story where it's not like just wandering about trying to find everything and just thinking like, oh, did I check this here? Did I check this there? Have I missed anything? Like, what if I need to go over here and do that? Like, I kind of like games like Kingdom Hearts where, you know, there's a bit of exploration, there's a bit of going about and doing your own thing, but really you're just kind of following the streamlined progression of the story. Like, that's why I was never able to get into playing Breath of the Wild or anything. Yeah, Drop Dead. Appreciate you dropping on. Appreciate you dropping on by. Appreciate you coming on by and coming in with that raid. Yeah, enjoyed having you here. Definitely looking forward to seeing you again. We will be live on Monday once more with the Tepig Hunt. So the schedule is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday for the streams. So yeah, I'll be back on Monday. Yeah, I started up Breath of the Wild way back when the game first came out, and I probably played 3 hours worth of the game, and I wouldn't say I got a little, I mean, I did kind of ruin it for myself because I'd completely watched someone play through the game before I even started playing it. So like, I knew everything about Breath of the Wild basically before I even booted up the game. So that did kind of impact my ability or want to play through it because I was like, oh, I know everything. I'm not really exploring or looking for anything unknown. I've seen it all. So yeah, I kind of just petered off the game and never picked it back up. Now, Tears of the Kingdom does... I watched so many people play Tears of the Kingdom. That looks like a truly incredible game that I probably should have played, but I just know I'm never going to get around to it, so might as well just watch Let's Plays and challenge videos and people just having fun in the game, and I'll experience it that way. Gotcha. I could never pick up a game like Dark Souls. Like, that's another series, like, type of game that's not for me. Way too difficult of games. Like, I'm good with just the median baseline of difficulty. I don't, it would probably be funny, honestly, to watch me play a difficult game, like, on stream, because I would probably get really irritated and mad and, like, frustrated with the game, but I just don't think I could put myself through that. I think I just enjoy a more casual experience when playing through my video games. I like chilling. That one up, right? Yeah. God, wow, 200 hours. That's a lot of time. Yeah, the games look really cool. They look graphically incredible. They look like they're probably a lot of fun if you enjoy that style of game. But just not for me. You know, I have a hard enough time taking down like the difficult battles of Kingdom Hearts games. Like I will never claim to be the world's greatest gamer. I am certainly very average in my video gaming capabilities. I mean, there's a reason why after playing like 4+ years of League of Legends, I only ever peaked at Silver 1. Never went anywhere into Gold, you know. I spent most of my time in Bronze, got good enough by the end to get to the top of Silver, but never made my way into Gold, and just... After that season, like I got to Silver 1, I got to my qualifiers to make it to Gold 5, but I had finals going on at the exact same time, and I was like, well, I gotta prioritize school, can't play League, obviously. And then the season reset, so I never reached Gold, and that was basically when I stopped playing League of Legends. I was just like, I didn't get to Gold last season. I'm kind of... This game is really taking a toll on me. I think I'm done here. I gotcha. I guess I didn't realize how big of a world is in those games. Let's see. So we're kind of reaching a point right now in the stream where, you know, I've been going for like, 2 hours and 45 minutes. 3 hours is probably about a good time for me to call it a day. But I also like ending my streams on a good like reset number. So it's definitely not going to take us another like 15 minutes to get to 250 resets. Probably take us longer than I would like to get to 300. So I'm going to say these are going to be the last 8 encounters for the stream tonight. See if we can get us a shiny in the next. It's like 32 encounters, every game, every reset is 4. So 8 more resets, 32 more encounters. So we'll see if we can pull something out crazy here at the end, but I'll call it a night once we get to 250. It's getting close to 11 o'clock. Probably call it an evening. Ooh, also I need to get up and stretch. I gotta move some. I've been sitting in this chair basically same position for about 3 hours. All right, nothing out of those 8 encounters. Let's see if we can get anything in the last 24. Had to do the basic math real quick. 24 more encounters to go for the night. I mean, 1,000 total encounters. Yeah, it's across like 4 different Pokemon. only 250 encounters per Pokemon. But like 1,000 total encounters, that's not the most obscene luck to get a shiny one. Like getting a shiny within 1,000 encounters, and yeah, it's not very likely, 1 in 8,192 chance, but it's not the most obscenely, incredible luck ever. It's pretty lucky, but it's certainly doable. So Giratina, Dialga, you're the two that I've kind of like called out as being the ones to shine. So if y'all wanna treat me to something real cool, that'd be nice. Although I guess I will say, I did pay to have the thumbnail for this hunt commissioned, so I wouldn't be opposed to finding a shiny. It'd be really fun, but also I wouldn't mind being able to stretch the use of this thumbnail, considering I did pay money for it. So it would be kind of nice to use it for more than one stream. I guess if I were to get a shiny here somehow, I could just, I guess, reuse that thumbnail for if I made like a video about getting a shiny really quickly. I guess I could reuse the thumbnail for that. But yeah, certainly a good go around on the first stream. I mean, getting 1,000 total encounters, 250 total resets, that is pretty solid for what we got going on here. Solid indeed. I mean, at this rate, there's this hunt across, I guess what, more like knock on wood than cross my fingers. This hunt shouldn't be like shouldn't take the most time in the world. Even if we go like over odds to like 12,000 total encounters across the 4 Pokemon, like that's only a few months worth of streaming, like hunting, so it shouldn't take like that long in theory, right? To get at least one of them. But we do have the last 4 of the evening, the last reset of the night. See if we can pull out some crazy shiny luck, some crazy shiny miracle. Be a true blessing of Arceus to find a shiny right here. See what we can get. Giratina will be up first. We got a shiny Giratina as a no. Dialga and Palkia also a no. Arceus said, nah, we're making it 4. No shinies on the night, but hey, this was a great stream. This was a great time. I appreciate everyone for coming out here. Yeah, Fly, appreciate you coming on back. Oh, always appreciate you hanging out and chatting with me. Appreciate everyone who's been here throughout the night. It was a great night for a stream. A shout out for the raid. Shout out Flash. I did indeed get Flash tonight, so that was fun. So I appreciate everyone for being here. We will be back again on Monday, looking for the shiny Tepig, and hopefully we can get that thing sometime soon. But yeah, I will see you all then.